Now, audience targeting. So this is another basics of Facebook ads that you really need to understand. So when we are talking about audience targeting, is at the ad set level. Let me try to show you what ad set level looks like. Hold on a bit. Okay, let me put on my Wi-Fi. So my Wi-Fi is on. I want to show you what that stuff looks like. So now let's pick a particular campaign. Now I'm imagining that I want to run an ad to let me change this. I don't want to use this account because this account is that account that has an issue. I want to use an account I created for tutorial purpose. Yeah, I created this ad account for a tutorial purpose. So I've not run any ads into it, so it will be good because when I start doing this, I'll be able to come back here and talk about it, that okay, this was what I did. So you'll be able to see that this is what this guy is saying, and then we can also, but I might not want to run this ad, use this for any ad that I'm trying to track when I've already installed the pixel, because I did not put the pixel in this ad account and I already have some pixels. Don't worry, it might be complex, we get there. So once you are on your ad account, you click this create button. It's going to load. So I'm in the tutorial ad account, so I'm just going to pick a traffic ad. Continue. Yeah. Now, so I just did this just to show you this. That's just the point. Now, when you look at this, you see that there are 3 stages. Now, the first thing you have is this campaign stage. So it is under this campaign stage that we have this objective. Remember all those things I was telling you, consideration and all those stuff. That's where you find it. So this is where you pick whatever it is that you want. Maybe you want leads, you want engagement, you want app promotion, or you want sales, or you want to create awareness. So this awareness is for awareness, this other 4 is for the consideration, and this one is for conversion. I think it's showing this because this is a new ad account, so it's not supposed to look like this. Don't worry, I also do this with normal ad account I used to run now, so that you see how it looks. So just pay attention to everything you're learning in this video, so that you don't get lost. Now, so it's under this you also set the campaign budget optimization, and where you check split testing if you want to split test. So I don't need all this now. I will explain all this later because all this is long journey. Now, what do we do in the ad set level? I've shown you what we do in the campaign level. Now, in the ad set level, that's where we now talk about that audience. The audience I was about to show you before I had to go through this long journey. So it's in this place that you now begin to choose what it is that you want. Now you can choose to set up a dynamic creative. I'll explain what the dynamic creative is in another class. So that one, when you set this, is going to reflect here. If you don't set this on, it's not going to reflect there. So this dynamic creative is not for this place. In the ad set level, that's where you set the budget and the schedule, the number of time you want it to run. I always like to leave mine at ongoing, but you can decide to make it a lifetime budget. The advantage of a lifetime budget is when you set a lifetime budget, you can choose the time of the day you want your ad to run. Okay, so but I prefer an ongoing budget because it allows me to leave the budget, leave the ad running till anytime I want to stop the ad. So it's under this place that you now have the audience. Now this is where we are getting to. So remember I said that at the ad set level you target audience based on devices, on location, based on their age, their gender, their demographics, their interests, their jobs, and their interactions. Is this interactions place that might be confusing to you? Let me explain everything one by one. Devices. So once you want to target audience by device, what you are going to do is to come here. You can come here, manual placement, and select all the placement, all the places you want the ads to be shown. Maybe on Facebook, on Instagram, deactivate all these ones and leave only maybe Facebook feeds and whatever it is you want to leave. Then you now come to show more options, and this is where you now find devices. So you can now decide that I want this to only show on Android devices. When I was running a traffic ad to WhatsApp, so I was running my ad only on Android devices. Why? Because I was using a word.link, and I know many people who might be seeing my ad on laptop or on the desktop. If they should end up clicking my ad, they are not going to be able to get to that word.link because they don't have WhatsApp installed on their laptop. Most people don't, and the way WhatsApp even works on laptop is that you have to connect it from your phone to your, so it's not even going to work. So that's why I only pick Android devices. So if you are running ads that way, make sure that you always turn this on, otherwise you'll be wasting clicks. In case you have already been running ads with word.link and you are not changing the setting to this thing, some people will be clicking your ad and they are not using Android, they don't have WhatsApp, and it's not going to work for you. It's waste of money. So also you can decide to select the operating system. Another thing you can do is to decide to select only iPhone, but there's an issue with this. Number one issue is that if you are using a Pixel, there is this beef that iPhone has with maybe Facebook. I don't even understand, but what happens is Facebook will not be able to track your Facebook Pixel. Your Facebook Pixel will not track data on an iPhone website, an iPhone, because it's an iPhone. So the iOS update has stopped Facebook Pixel from working, except if you are using a conversions API, and I'll teach you how to set up a conversion API in this course, so that will be solved. The other problem with this is that if you are running ads to only iPhone devices, you will have an issue of spending a lot more than maybe you plan to spend, because many people are targeting iPhone users, so it is very competitive and you get to spend a lot of money. Okay, so after that, the next thing is to decide to choose between link clicks and landing page views. So when you choose landing page views, what is going to happen is that instead of it to be showing you cost per link click, it will be showing you cost per landing page view. So this is actually effective. It doesn't change anything, but it's good to actually choose landing page views if you are expecting to have clicks based on people who view that your landing page, not just people who click. Some people can click your landing page and it might not load and they go back. So if your landing page is even slow, your website is slow, this is one way you might know, because you are having many clicks but your landing page views is very, very poor. What else? Is there any other thing I've not mentioned? So always leave this one at get charged by impressions. So that's all on the ad set level. So as you can see, I just broke it down. This is where you select your audience. You can select their gender, demographics. Let me even get there so you see what it looks like. Now under this, you can select people who match some certain interests. So depending on the audience you are targeting, you can include the right audience and exclude those people that are not going to match the people you want to sell to. I'm going to teach audience targeting in another course, but I'm just trying to show you the basics so that you understand it. Alright, so now I'm done with the ad set level. Let's move forward. So yeah, the next thing I was going to talk about is interactions. Hold on. Jobs are also here. If you want to target jobs, you are going to choose demographics. Let me just connect my Wi-Fi so I can show you. Okay, so there are different things. There are demographics. So under demographics, that's where you can find their jobs. Do you understand? That's what I was saying when I talked about jobs. Then interests, that's when you can target what they like. So but just try and type it out first. Now when you type out something, it might be under job titles, it might be under interest, you don't know. So always watch out, because for instance I might choose copywriting and I can choose content writer. Now content writer might be under an interest or it might be a job title. So it's good to always know that I'm selecting a job title or I'm selecting an interest, because something has the same name doesn't mean it's the same thing. It might be under interest, it might be under job title. There are some things like that when you are targeting, so you just need to watch out. Then you can select their behavior here. If you are targeting people that are broad, you can decide to select their income. I think there's a way to find it here. Okay, yeah, it's going to be under your financial income. But so the income stuff doesn't work for all countries, it only works for US. But you can also go here and target so what you can do also, if you want to target people who have money, is you can come to consumer classification. Then depending on the country you are targeting, for instance, let's say you are targeting South Africans. If you are a Nigerian, I avoid targeting these people because my experience with them has been very funny. I think they seem to hate Nigerians, or some of them don't really like to pay, particularly when you are selling to them as a Nigerian. But then depending on, I might be wrong, so you have to split test. It might work for you, it didn't work for me. So if, let's say, we are choosing them, just select people who prefer high value goods. You can do that too. But then you don't just target anyhow, so it depends on what you are selling. Do you understand? Just what you are selling depends on determines who you target. So that's just it. So I believe I've explained the ad set level. So this is what you find in the ad set level. Let's move forward. So next thing is audience volume. So one thing you might be having issue with in the ad set level is actually volume of audience. You might be wondering, I just selected some people and there are 20,000 people. Is that going to be good or is that going to be bad? Well, this is what I'm going to tell you. Facebook ads, the more detailed you're targeting, the more you spend. The more broad you're targeting, the less you spend. So if you are targeting broad audience, you spend less. If you are targeting detailed audience, you spend more. So but it works more to have a detailed audience, because that means that you have specific people. But the mistake people make is that they think that by just targeting only those detailed people, laser targeting, you might make sales. Sometimes it works, but not all times. The best strategy, the best thing is to have an audience that is a cold or a warm audience that is around 1,000. What does that mean? Maybe people who have visited your website, people who have engaged with your ads, engaged with your content on your social media platform, or they have converted or they bought something from you. When you have a large number of them that are at least 1,000 and you target to them, that is when it is good. So what you should try and do now is to install pixels on your Facebook ads so that you can have enough data to get to a number of people who are up to 1,000 that have already engaged with your website, particularly when it has to do with a website page that is valuable, because many people can engage with your website. You might have tons of people who have visited your website and they are not people who buy, because the places they visited, the things they did on your website are not things that actually, made them to really be people who are going to be interested in what you are selling. So but if you have been running ads, traffic ads to a lead magnet, and you are targeting people who have visited or engaged with that lead magnet and they are up to 1,000, that is very good. So that's better targeting strategy. But then just know that it's going to cost you more than when you are targeting a lot of people. So let's get into the slide so you see what I'm saying. So when you are targeting a broad audience, it means you are targeting 1 million plus people. When you are targeting specific people, it means you are targeting 1,000 to 1 million people. So once it's more than 1 million, it's no longer specific, it's a very broad audience, and you will spend way less than you would spend when this is your audience targeting. So hope that makes sense. Now the best strategy, as I keep saying, is to run a traffic ad to your landing page. So if you are doing what I'm saying, that will mean that you are targeting a broad audience, because you don't even know those people who are going to really like it. So just leave it as zero level targeting. Don't worry, I'll explain what zero level targeting means. Or you can just target people who have been who have been engaging with your competitor pages. For instance, let's say I sell courses. I have a website for selling course only, and that's my business. My competitor can be Udemy. So I only target people who are interested in Udemy, people who are interested in Skillshare, people who are interested in Coursera, people who are interested in pages of online courses. I only target them. Then I run ads for those people, a traffic ad to a lead magnet or a free blog post or a free video on my website. Then I retarget them. So when I keep doing that and I have a lot of data on people who have been visiting those freebies on my website, then I now retarget them as a specific audience. That is the best strategy to use. So for a broad audience, use a first touch point. For a specific audience, use people who have already engaged, who have already landed on your landing page, and who are already very familiar with you. So hope that makes sense. Let's move forward. All right, okay, so that's the end of this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you got value. If you got value in this particular class, feel free to send me a message. I always like to hear when my students say that they are really enjoying my course and they are getting a lot of value. So that's going to be all in this video. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.